I want to welcome you guys back to another episode on our channel. Today's a kind of a unique episode because we just got back from NSXPO. Today's October 30th, and we wanted to talk a little bit because there's a lot of cool cars at Expo. And sometimes, you know, we see modified cars and we're like, wow. Other times we're like, whoa. But you really don't know what goes behind the build, what the owner intended, unless you actually talk to him. We've been going to expos for about 10 years now. And recently, you know, we've seen this car a couple times at NSXPO, and we've always been curious about it. But this time we finally got a chance to sit down with the owner and ask him some stuff about the car. I think this year at Expo there was probably 3 wide-body NSXs. Each one stood out in my mind for its own unique build. You know, we love all the builds here. It doesn't matter what it is, whether it's, you know, a race purpose build, a show quality build, a SEMA build. You know, we got a wide body here that didn't make it to Expo because we didn't finish it in time, but this is another very unique wide body that we'll do a feature in a future video. But the one I want to talk to you about today is a gray wide body that we saw at NSXPO. This one is very unique. From a distance, it just looks like a crazy NSX, but when you get up close to it, it really showcases what the owner was thinking and trying to do. So let's go in and talk to the owner, and hope you guys like this video. So formerly known as the Arcus Foundry NSX, this car was built with a lot of partnerships from various NSX supporters and other vendors. Jim Cozzolino, Ravi, Hyundai Automotive, they all had contributions to this particular build. When you see it side by side to a standard NSX, it just looks super wide and crazy. Here you can see the photo. So let's go talk to Nathan and see what this car is all about. All right, so today's the last day of NSXPO, and I got Nathan here in front of me, and we're gonna look at a really cool car. So we're gonna flip the camera over, and he's gonna talk to us about his very special NSX, which I think is probably the most unique NSX here at NSXPO. So let's pivot over here, and Nathan, you can kind of go ahead and tell us about the car.
All right, so this is my 1991 Acura NSX, or Honda NSX for some. And let's start with the fact that it's a salvage title, so for you purists out there, don't get too offended by what we've done. We wanted to make a showcase of technology 1991 through 2005 of what Honda's created, and anything that Honda created in that time period, we figured maybe we could put that onto this chassis. We have a J35A8 from the Acura TL Type S, it's fully forged from the factory, little known fact. We added mechanical 4-wheel steering from the 91 Prelude, and we made it look like the Japanese Grand Touring Championship NSXs with the headlight covers.
Very nice.
That's quick notes anyway.
Perfect.
Seems pretty complicated, but so what we got here is motorized seat rails from an Acura TL. So now these seat rails actually extend into the frame. So you see right here, this is a pivot point. So the rails on an arm, it can move up and down. The reason that's important is that this aluminum beam links both rails, but it's set by this rod here. And on each side, there's a ball joint. So you'll notice there's 6 struts that hold the splitter in place. We're not using prop rods, and the reason for all of this is to do this. If I need to go up over a speed bump, the whole front end is allowed to move and flex laterally and longitudinally without braking. It's about $200 worth of ABS plastic, so if anything goes wrong, and it does, and it will, it's an actuator with a heat gun and a piece of plastic, and we got a new splitter, and we're back on the road. But we got it rigged up to a remote, so
Wow, Viper boys don't have anything on you with this thing.
The reason that this even exists, this whole mechanism exists, is because, oh wait, hang on. There we go, and back. The only reason this exists is because I refuse to get rid of the Lambo door hinges.
Oh.
Because if you look on the sides, like you can't really close, you can't open the door without hitting the bodywork. So I was thinking, well, if I could just move it out of the way a little bit, then the doors would be able to open fine. I started looking into linear actuators, and a friend of mine, Dave, he's like, why don't you just use motorized seat rails, dude? So that's where the idea came from. But it took me about 60 different versions, and I did this in my friend's garage during COVID.
So essentially, the only way to open the doors, you have to shift the hood open.
I mean, you can open the doors. It just hits here, right?
Oh, it hits,
So,
yeah. So you
so
do
it's
need to
kinda
shift it.
flexible.
Okay.
It's not the end of the world, but you can see some scarring on the door.
Oh yeah, for
from
sure.
where this happens.
Okay, so that's why you designed that hood to slide forward.
Yeah, yeah. So in order to open it, it's got to go up a little bit and then out. But the nice thing is that when it slides back, and then I hit the down button, like it forces it flexes the whole thing down. So I mean, like it's not going anywhere. There's a lot of tension on this.
Very cool.
It's been like this for about, I don't know, I guess going on 4 years. I don't have too many problems with it. But the thing is we wanted it to look like a JGTC NSX with the headlight covers. So bonding it all together as one piece made a lot of sense.
Cool. Very impressive, Nathan.
Hey, thank you.
A lot of tech. I like how you have the Prelude 3G website over here to pay homage.
That's Prelude 3G, Prelude Engineering. David Prelude Engineering is the guy that's done the four-wheel steering swap. He made the electric column work, and he did made the motor mounts for the TL Type S engine and transmission, which are available for sale.
I just want to add that this noise you guys are hearing in the background is not coming from the car. We are at a small airport, and that is a jet sound. That jet sound is not from the vehicle, okay guys? So just in case you're wondering where that crazy sound is coming from.
I broke the crank on the C30, so we upgraded to a J35A8 from the Acura TL Type S. It's also found in the Acura RL 05 and up. It's a fully forged power plant from the factory. We don't have to do anything to it, which is nice. What else did we do? We gave it a wide body kit. This is our rendition of a JGTC car, especially on the front end. We've added mechanical four-wheel steering from the 91 Prelude, so all four wheels turn. You want a demo of that?
Sure. That interior is just crazy, my man.
What interior?
What interior? I'm not sure. You got wires dangling everywhere. Holy
We sure do. Yeah, we got a lot of work to do on the interior, but it's the least of our concerns. We've also added an electric power steering column from the Toyota Prius. So now if you look at, so you got a little electric motor right under here, which is unusual. Most people will just do an S2000 rack, but we're mechanical four-wheel steering, so we got to keep the front steering rack. So all it needs is 12 volts. We got full power, no hydraulics, no nothing. Now check out the rear wheels.
That's working. I see it. Man, this thing must turn on a dime.
It's a lot of fun, and it's really predictable. It's not like Nissan's Highcast where you've got a bunch of pumps and stuff. It's a fully mechanical system with a linkage that connects the front and the rear steering distribution rack. And a little bird tells us that the NSX was originally conceptualized with four-wheel steering in mind. So in 2015, when McLaren and Porsche and Ferrari and Lamborghini all announced their rear steering endeavors, we figured okay, we're gonna have to show them how it's done. Honda had this 30 years ago. And if it was already supposed to come with it, then maybe it makes sense to add it back.
Quite a build. I would say this is probably their most crazy build here at NSXPO. For sure.
No sane person would do it, that's for sure.
No, thank you. This is awesome.
Yeah, man, my pleasure.
This is one of those cars that the more you look into it, the more you see. Kind of like when you look in exotic cars or Paganis, looking at this car, it's a little bit different. You got all these intricacies going on and everything has a purpose. So if you guys, get to see this car down the road, maybe at the next NSXPO or another event, be sure to stop by and say hi to Nathan. He's got a lot to tell you about this cool car for sure. Hey, welcome back, fellas. Hope you guys enjoyed that short little video. Special shout out to Nathan for taking the time at Expo to describe the vehicle, because we would not have known a lot of that features if he didn't sit down and explain it to us. The car is definitely unique. I would say, you know, it's a lot more than just a big body kit with a wing and some crazy fenders. So if you look at the car, you can see there's a lot of intricacies. And I think this is the type of build that a lot of NSX owners would be interested in. I've seen a lot of crazy NSXs in my day, and this one's definitely up there at the top. If you guys see other cool cars like this, let me know. We'll love to do a video on it. If you guys know something cool, it doesn't have to be an NSX, it can be anything, you know, and we'll love to shoot a video about the particular build and the time you spent on and all that good stuff. As Nathan told me, I know a lot of purists with NSXs, they don't like to modify cars too much. He just wanted to note that, as he said in the beginning of the video, no clean title NSXs were harmed in making that particular build. So definitely a showstopper. Till next time, see you guys. Bye-bye.